Hi everyone, this is week 8 discussion number 8. And this week we're supposed to talk about a claim that we made in a persuasive essay. So my most recent persuasive essay was the one for this class, and it was titled Living on the Edge, Climate Collapse and the Call to Consciousness. And my claim was that the breach of the 1.5 degrees Celsius global warming threshold is not just a scientific milestone, demands a cultural and personal transformation that resists distraction and embraces climate consciousness in everyday life. Now, the reason why this claim is significant because it reframes how we look at climate change and takes it from like a distant thing that could possibly happen to a data-driven issue that is currently being lived, and that we are seeing some of the ramifications of not staying underneath that threshold. It also challenges the readers to understand the crisis and think of it like rationally and ethically. And it kind of bridges the gap between global scale problems and like individual action. I guess I was able to layer all of the different types of appeals to the reader. So there is a logical, emotional, and ethical components that I used within my essay. The logical component that I used was that I cited recent data from CNN and other scientific reports, and documented like the increase of hurricanes, like what is happening with the agriculture, and as far as like emotional things, I described the living impact, so displacement, ecosystem collapse, and psychological tools like eco-anxiety. And then as far as like ethical, I was able to talk about like the moral stance of climate change and like the resistance of digital numbness and systemic inertia. And I believe these things were effective, or these appeals were effective in persuading my audience. And like some of the feedback I got from our professor was that it was grounded and galvanizing, that they appreciated the way it moved from despair to agency and how it like called for people to take more action. Personally, I think that the most important type of appeal is both like logical and ethical. I think it's important to include data and information behind the claims that we're making, but also speak about like the ethical components as well, because they invite the readers to reflect on things that are going on and to take responsibility and to help formulate a change.